Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Long Live the Queen. Where we last left off, we supposedly got attacked by a milk viper, but we were awesome. We were able to stand still and let its head get cut off, and our best friend had to leave, and apparently the king is a jerk and won't give us our little crystal that we need for magic. So, for right now, we're going to go ahead and work on other stuff. Mainly, probably, I don't know. I certainly wouldn't mind some What do we got? Just letting you guys know, it's impossible to max out all the skills, so you kind of just have to plan for what you want to work on. So, since I have Royal Demeanor, let's work on Royal Demeanor. So let's go with classes. We're going to go with Elegance, Presence. Actually, let's do double elegance. That's where our skills are, yeah. And this will give us 30 in elegance. So, classes, elegance, elegance, and done. You practice walking along a narrow rail, taking each step carefully and focusing on your balance. We get bonuses because we're yielding, so we got additional +1 per day, so that's +5 in total. You practice standing and walking with books balanced on your head. You practice the elegant way to hold and sip from a teacup, your pinky slightly extended for balance. Oh, so that's why you have your pinky extended for balance. Or, the reason you have your pinky extended when you drink from a teacup is for balance, even though you don't really need to. There you go. So by doing that, we already got to 31.2, which is good. As you were walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's a Duchess of Ursel. Maybe I should go and say hello. Then you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. Well, so far our mood is relatively balanced. It would be better if you actually get them more towards the middle, but I kind of need to go talk to... I do need to talk to Juliana, so let's go ahead and do that. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a Lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess, you should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise we might have to take drastic action. I'll try to find a way. +1 willful. Alright, I'll try to get into the treasury. That gave me +1 willful. So I'm now, afraid again, which means I get penalties. Good news is, it does give us, +2, we can get reflexes again, so... we could probably do that. Public speaking, court manners. That'll give us +6 per turn. Okay. Let's get bonuses. Let's go ahead and work on our accounting again, since we can't work on our royal demeanor right now. I'm not going to work on trade anymore, because that's going to put me at 50, and it's going to be wasted points. So we're going to go classes. Economics accounting, done. You study money lending and the controversies involved in charging interest. According to the Druids, one should always return more than one is owned, or else the debt gave no value to the world. Wow, that gave me a lot of points. I'm practically at 50. Alright, you study bookkeeping and the art of notating incomes and expenditures, as well as how to determine the amount of funds a solvent business needs to keep on hand in order to continue functioning. As you're walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down holding a towering pile of linen. Elegant success. You graciously step aside and let her pass. If you fail that check, you'll actually get a second check, which will be a reflex check. So sometimes you'll have multiple checks for the same encounter. But we have elegance, so we gracefully step aside and let her pass. So there you go. Alright, so now we can visit the treasury. And it's going to be a special little event. Also, apparently our father and Ursula is nowhere to be seen. So I'm going to go ahead and visit the treasury. Also, I think around this point, if you hadn't spoken to Ursula at all, the priestess here that does the services will come and speak to you. Also, if you visit the dungeons, you can actually get yielding and afraid. But for right now, we're going to go to visit the treasury. Counting partial success. You try to explain to the guards that you need to visit the treasury in order to gain an accurate report on domain's finances. They waver slightly, but then they stand by your father's command. So we got a partial success, which means if we had a different skill, we could have pushed through with that. So I'm not going to be able to get my accounting any higher, so I'm going to have to work on other skills instead. Unfortunately, the other skill happens to be presence. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is... what do we got? Well, I wouldn't mind getting Falcon. I'm going to go ahead and work on production. For no particular reason. We're going to go classes, economics, production, production. So let's go with that. You learned that Sunset Bay off the coast of Duchy, Mazumba, is a prime location for fishing. You learn how farmers in the Duchy of Mari rotate between fields for raising crops in fields that lie fallow. You learned that most of the domain's iron is mined in Sudbury and transported west by the Coan River to the Kavala. So we're up to 30. You have unlocked a new outfit. There's a man here to see you. He wishes crowdfunding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you will have less money to work with later. Man, Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassi to assemble the metal and a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, we will be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now and make copies to send all over the world. Production plus trade success. Oh, good. It was production. I did realize. I thought it was accounting and trade, but whatever. If it really works, that could be a very important invention. Yeah, you know, being able to spread literature to everyone. If you failed that check, she wouldn't know what that meant, and you wouldn't get a choice. She'll just say no. So since I passed the check, I can choose. I'm gonna go ahead and invest. We'd be happy to invest in your venture. Alright, so we're done there. We can't do anything here until we get more presents. To get that, we need more royal demeanor, which means we need to get back to yielding, which is not going to be easy. Because, yeah, that's going to be an issue. Plus 1 pressure, plus 1... Wait, I can do it. If we play with toys, we'll be back to yielding, so let's do that. You spend the weekend holed up alone in your room with your favorite toys. It's childish, but you feel better. There we go, we're yielding again. So skill-wise, I'm going to go with presents. Oh, outfits. We can now do tuxedo, boost economics. Bam, we're wearing a tuxedo now. If you do that, it increases your skills by, looks like 10. Yeah, increases your skills by 10. Which is cool, I like that. Anyway. So we got a partial success with counting. This might be a little bit better. Also, we can actually go higher now if you want to, but I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on getting my presence up and getting that taken care of. So let's go with classes. Royal demeanor, presence. Royal demeanor, presence. Done. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in the mirror. Young as you are a queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter. You are a force to be reckoned with. You stare at yourself in the mirror and practice focusing and transmitting energy with only your eyes, turning the intensity of your gaze on and off at will. You practice using different styles of breathing in order to feel more energetic and to let that energy surround you for others to share. So there we go, we're up to 34.6. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be never be coming back. Benian, Duke of Marie, Earl of Serenitatis, or whatever. Serenitatis. I give up. We'll call it Seren. What do you know about Seren? Duke of Marie, age 31, sister Bryn, Duchess of Hellas, brother Bennett, Earl Consort of Dis, and he's single. So there you go. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the county of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. Foreign affairs failed. I know there's been some problems with Ixiom, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying southern Marie. Military failed. I don't know anything about the military. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixiom and try to come to some arrangement. +1 yielding. Thank you, Your Highness. Thank you for the yielding. If I might say so, you are looking particularly lovely this day. I hope you will think fondly of me. You pervert. Is he flirting with me? He's almost as old as my father. And almost just as much as a dick. Yeah, I don't like him either. Even though that was the only time... I think around this point is when the demo ends. So I don't know much further than this. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the treasury and try again. Really? You try to explain to the guards that you blah 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 blah. Well, that was a waste. Skills. Well, the good news is our mood is still... Well, the good news is we're not afraid anymore. Failing has actually been boosting our stuff, which is nice. But we're now up to yielding. Lonely's getting up there too, which is going to be an issue. But for right now, we're fine. Presence, composure. We can get composure. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. So we'll go with, actually, yeah. What I'll do is go composure, and then I'm going to start working on this stuff. I want to know... Well, I kind of want to know about Novan history, so we'll go with that. Anything else I need to work on? I mean, I can work on this stuff too. So let's go classes. I want to go royal demeanor. I completely forgot what I was saying. Composure. Okay. So we want composure. That'll get us another outfit, and we're gonna see. Let's see, what's this do? Finding and maintaining your own inner peace. Interpreting signs from nature and what the future may hold. And then we can learn lore of the magical history of Nova. Notable events and locations within this domain. Foreign affairs. Let's get foreign affairs up. Kind of want to know that. Since I already failed one of the checks. So let's go with that. Done. You practice positive thinking, maintaining a good self-image, and conditioning yourself to carry on rather than be frustrated by any past misstep. Unlock a new outfit. You study the relationship of Nova and its nearest neighbors. The borders have been mostly peaceful in the recent years, except for the problems with Ixiom to the south. However, trouble may be brewing in Piraeus as well. The representative from Ixiom is here. Be careful, no one wants to give up prizes that they have won. You have the full support of my sister, myself, and your highness. Bryn, Duchess of Hellas, Countess of Dasonia? Let's get this over with. Duchess of Hellas, brother to Benian, brother to Bennett. She's also single. Novan history failed. That's what I figured. Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones now. We will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. Foreign affairs failed. We can be good neighbors again without any lives being lost. Foreign affairs fail. Foreign intelligence failed. Offer money if Ixiom draws. Bluff and intimidate. Execute him! I'm not going to surrender a province. I am economic, though. This is not acceptable. All the land north of the river belongs to us. We are willing to offer some payment in exchange for the inconvenience you have suffered, but nothing more. I believe we could settle the matter for 8,000 golden lassie. Cannibal strategy. That's more than all of Mare pays in taxes a year. It's far too much. Make counteroffer. +1 willful. You and I both know that that's more than the land is worth. 4,000 lassie is more than generous. then we accept your generosity. Phew, at least that's over with. So bam, we got that done. What's our mood right now? Oh, that's right, we need to become yielding again, so let's do that. Problem is the loneliness, so let's go with, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and attend court. Get that done. And now we got some more outfits. We can go ahead and switch to coronet, which boosts royal demeanor. Look at us, looking all fancy. Skills. So counting was only a partial success. I'm pretty sure with presence we can do it. I mean, I hope. Elegance, composure, presence. Alright, we're gonna go classes, presence. We've already failed our foreign affairs. What else we got? Yeah, we'll go ahead and go with foreign affairs as well. So, classes, presence, and foreign affairs. Something tells me I'm not going to be getting magic anytime soon. You plant your feet in a strong stance, imagining that you are a tree deeply rooted in the earth. You can feel that power within you and know that you will not be pushed aside. You practice focusing your attention on individuals as you pass, letting them feel a brief connection with you before you formally acknowledge them with a nod. 4 years ago, the Duchess of Hellas tried to foment an insurrection in northern Ixiom, just over Galben River border. Not only did that fail, but in retaliation, Ixiom pushed troops into southern Marie, and they are still refusing to leave. I think that was what we were talking about before. Tombula to the north underwent a peasant revolution. Shortly after you were born, the nobles either fled or were killed, and the new rulers have so far refused to establish official diplomatic ties with Nova. While they are not friendly, neither are they enemies, or at least not yet. There are reports that a key throng has been sighted leaving the old forest. Don't know that. Never history failed. What's a key throng? It's a beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak and spikes on its back. Eek! Several disappearances in southern Calaris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. What a dick. I'm visiting the treasury. God. I guess I need more accounting. You try to explain blah blah blah. So I'm now... What am I right now? I'm depressed again. Skills. Let's change our outfit. We're gonna go ahead and stick with our... Actually, no, we'll stick with the coronet thing. Skills. We're gonna work on our freaking accounting, because I guess we have to. So, classes, economics, accounting. Done. You'll learn what the concept of diminishing returns, a point after which spending more on a particular project fails to improve it as much as previous spending did. You study taxation and learn about how past monarchs demanded too much and drove peasants into ruin in order to collect it. Other monarchs demanded too little and drove whole domains into ruin by lacking the funds to sustain and defend them. You study the standard operating costs of the domain's military and the amounts needed to commission new ships, soldiers, and knights. You study the art of laying custom duties and how those tariffs can affect the flow of goods in and out of the country. There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for a project. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Putting all the sick people together, wouldn't that make them die even faster? We're not interested. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we had that, we would be able to, do something with it. Visit the treasury. Accounting success. You overwhelm the guards with facts and figures explaining that you need treasury access to adjust the royal budget, which may affect their pay packets as well as the taxes assessed on their friends and family they stand aside. I think, because you're supposed to be able to do a presence check as well, but I think it's based off your mood. If you don't have a willful mood, you can't do it. The glitter is dazzling, but some sixth sense draws you towards one little lockbox in particular. This is what you need. This is the crystal that will make you a Lumen. You tuck the box in your pocket, you can show it to your mentor later and get instructions on what to do next. Alright, so our mood is right now depressed. What gives us bonus to Lumen? Willful. Okay. Well, for right now, we get... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna indulge myself. Animal handling. Let's take care of falcons. You visit the Muse and learn about different kinds of trainable birds, their preferred nesting sites, behavior, and food. You learn about the fragility of hunting birds and the years of training necessary to develop mastery. Luckily, your royal falconer does most of the hard work for you. You learn about the hood and the leather dresses, and how and when they are worn, and how to keep them maintained and oiled. You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Who's this? Earl of Lowe, mother of Aris. His mother is Aris, Duchess of Lilla. Father is deceased. Sister Corisande, and another sister is Charmian. Has several younger half-siblings. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Which sister? Corson, the Duchess of Mead. Is she alright? No ministry failed. She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Well, what do we have to say for yourselves? It's, justice, it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mom's heart. I can't pronounce that. Lied to her, they did. When she went to see why he'd never not come back, she said he'd gone for a soldier when he never would. He weren't the only one, neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. Internal affairs failed. I don't know what this is about. Either way, murder is a serious crime, but... we can execute her, imprison her, or put her to work. Put her to work. This woman failed in her goals. She harmed no one. I do not require her life. If she is kept far away from your sister's court, she will no longer be a threat. You're going to forgive her? I'm indenturing her, not pardoning her. She will serve as a heavy laborer in northern Israel. She should be made an example of. She should be drawn and quartered in a public square. I have spoken. God's bless you, miss. So there we go, that's done. We can talk to Juliana now. Let's go do that. I got it! What do I do now? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands, press it against your chest, over your heart, and say Illuminate. Do it. Okay, here we go. Illuminate. Whoa. You feel dizzy. +1 willful, +2 cheerful. You feel dizzy, and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is. Wow. The priestess here is a friend of mine. I will come to your lessons in the faith and train to use your powers. And train you to use your powers. So there we go. Right now, our mood is... I believe we're still depressed. It looks like we're depressed still. Classes though. We can now do Lumen stuff. Knowledge and control of your own magical powers. Let's go ahead and wield magic and learn that. So let's do that. You learn to summon a small glowing light, which you can then move around independently. You learned how to cast rays of white light, which can banish shadows and blind your opponents. As you are walking one day to the garden, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. Divination failed. Falcon success! An owl flying in the open in broad daylight. That's unusual. I wonder if something attacked it. So you know it's unusual, but you don't know if it means anything. Alright, mood-wise. We need to become more willful. So... You got anything else that gives more willful? This is the treasury for just flat out willful there. We're gonna sneak out. Because we need willful. If we become willful, we get bonuses to Lumen. Yeah, that's about it. So, and I don't really want to be yielding anymore. I'm tired of it. Plus one. You sneak out of the castle to have a little fun. You enjoy your freedom, but your father won't like it if he finds out. Okay, we're still afraid. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and keep working on our magic. I want classes. I want wheeled magic, and I'm gonna go ahead and start working on sense magic. You close your eyes and learn to feel the magic inside you. You learn to create tiny discs of solid light which can fly through the air and cut into targets. Remember that the festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be a public celebration for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. As queen, you will be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. There's a letter for you as well. It's from Briony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple of years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her uncle Kevin is absolutely furious about that woman's trial. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. Sorry, getting a little tangled up there. Alright, mood-wise. What we can do... anything that can... +1 cheerful, +1 yielding... Okay, we don't want to become more lonely. So... more willful, more angry... don't want that either. Only afraid... willful... So either one, as long as I drop my depression, I can be considered willful. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is attend service to drop my depression down by 1. You attend the services in the castle grill, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. There we go. Now we got the smug look on our face, and we get +1 to our lumens now. We do suffer penalties for royal demeanor and history and economics, but we do get bonuses to intrigue, which will be nice. But I won't deal with that right now. Classes. Okay, we're gonna do sense magic, then resist magic. So sense magic, resist magic. You practice using small amounts of magic and feeling that power outside of yourself. You increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reactions. Today is the procession and planting for the festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there is no recovery. So there is dangers for this. I don't have any speech. So I do have a lot of presence, but I don't have any means to make a speech. So I don't know if that's going to be... So I'm not going to do the speech, but I will go ahead and lead the parade. And probably die. +1 cheerful, +1 willful, +1 pressured. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you do walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. Decoration failed. Elegance failed. At the end of the route, you help the priestess turn over the earth for the new tree to be planted. Then the new life is blessed, and all the attendants join in song. The procession regroups to return to the castle. There we go. How's our mood? We're still willful. Not much else we need to worry about. I can become more afraid and yielding, maybe? The trick really is to try to keep everything towards the middle. That way you can kind of just manipulate it when you need it. Depressed and then pressured. That could work. So we're gonna go ahead and attend court. And now I'm angry. Why am I angry? Okay, so I'm apparently tied. Okay, well that was my bad. Oh well, we still get bonuses to Lumen and all that fun stuff. With angry, we can actually work on weapons if we really want to, or economics. But I'm going to continue working on Lumen, despite my screw-up. So we'll go with classes. Yeah, I want wield magic and resist magic now. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent which panics or enrages animals in the area. You learn to consciously project a magical field through your thoughts, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have the energy to consciously resist. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest caves or stare into the sun without going blind. Oh, that's kind of neat. You unlocked a new outfit. Are you ready to go? Ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. Gulp. You finish dressing, and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Present success. You let your eyes rest upon each in turn as you have been taught, impressing upon them that you are not a child but a queen. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. I can't dance. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father. The look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kigal alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whoever you want, and you will not be denied. Someone scandalous. Someone already married. Someone younger than you. I'm not sure which is going to be good to have, to be honest. Someone about your age. You approach Linley, the second son of Duke Kigal. He's about 2 years older than you, and he's always nice to you at school. He bows to you with great courtesy, and you begin to dance. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Dance fail. Fortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when, and trip over your own feet. Oops. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bits of exquisite food. Quarter plus flattery failed. During the lull of music, the Duke taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her words of wisdom guide us through our difficulties. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. There's Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you, and due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adele, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Leila, and a fierce sportswoman. She is a few years ahead of you at school and the absolute terror of the ball fields. No Briony. She has said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here, dancing together, the Duke consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange that there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunts and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Murphish being so close by. Since magic failed, it would be nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? So apparently I failed my sense magic. No surprise there. Alright, so I need to become willful and not angry, which we can fix by just attending service. There we go. Why am I... Why is my... Apparently I'm depressed. Whatever. Anyway. So I failed flattery, I failed a lot of my conversations. My royal demeanor's still decent, but that's about it. Alright, reflexes. No. Oh yeah, outfit. Magical girl, boost Lumen. That's disturbing, but whatever. Classes, or sorry, skills. So that brings me up to that much. Let's get some, I want to go ahead and get Sense Magic and Resist Magic up to 50, and that'll be good enough for me. So done. Your mentor summons up magical energies to strike the nearby ground so that you can learn to sense someone else's spells in use. You close your eyes and call out when you detect your mentor casting a silent spell beside you. You learn to consciously project a magical shield around your body, blocking intrusion. A powerful technique, but you can't keep it up for long. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you didn't realize your father isn't alone until it was too late to avoid him and his companion. Siren, Countess of Miranda and Callista, you are too kind, Jocelyn. Single, that's all we know. Countess Siren, not a member of your circles, she is a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as a noble woman go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. How dare she make a move on your father? She passes. I can't do flattery. I can't trip her. I'll just shame her with silent scorn. You meet her eyes, imagine your mother's disapproving presence behind you. Present success. Her color pales and she releases her grip on your father's arm, mumbling an apology before hurrying out of her room. You have defeated her. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. Don't give me that look, young lady. She's a nice woman, nothing more. She wants something more. And it's not going to happen anytime soon. You should be careful how you deal with people like Siren. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. There haven't been any problems so far. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Intrigue failed. I'm paying attention to what's around me. Alright, well, my mood... I'm willful again. Yay. And just in case, I'm going to become even more willful. Accounting success. You visit the royal treasury and check your available funds. You have 5,121 gold lassie and 10 silver tillassie. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I didn't realize it was going to give me a total value. I guess we start out with like 10,000 or so. Who knows? Alright, we get bonuses to Intrigue. We also have a lot of bonuses to Lumen and stuff like that. What I kind of want... Well, for one, I need to go ahead and save this game, so let's go ahead and save. I'll make this LP too. More than likely, if I do die or something, or fail, I'll probably start completely over, and not just backstep. But anyway, I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Long Live the Queen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon.